And for the first time ever on the Mike Durbin Show, the real deal heel, Mr. Richie Reardon.
Good to be with you, man. Oh, man. You know, it was interesting, dude. I mean, the guy is just, when you figure out who he really is, you really get to pull the curtain back, and it's like the Wizard of Oz almost, bro.
Rob, Richie, tell me what happened.
Well, there was some stuff going on with the YouTube channel. We were getting some good views in the beginning. John and I, we wanted to start it just for fun in the beginning because we liked wrestling figures and, you know, wrestling as a whole. I'm a admitted mark, dude. I can admit that and wear it like a badge of honor. I don't give a shit what people think about me. But John, at first, we were doing this for fun. You know, we were getting 200-300 views a video, and then all of a sudden, the number spiked to about 4,000 to 5,000. And they consistently stayed that way. And I kept asking him, you know, are these numbers legit? What are we doing here? And he was giving me explanations of, you know, he's playing with the algorithm and different shit like that. So from the get-go of that, I started seeing through his bullshit.
So he was buying a few thousand downloads per show. Or
I don't know if he was
works.
buying. I don't know how all that works, but I do know there's no way you can go from one day getting 200 to 300 views to 4,000 to 5,000. It didn't make sense.
It's a bad look, especially when people know it, and it's shitty business.
It's not ethical. He wants to be a big shot. To pull the curtain back with the RCN, I never spent a dime over there.
That's good.
Oh, I was just going to say, I just wanted the point to be made here that we left on the basic principle of, I don't care if I don't draw eyes. I don't care if 10 people listen or 100 people listen or 1,000 people listen. I want to earn the fucking listens. I don't want to sit there and have the shit not grow naturally and act like we're having some fantasy land that we're successful. I don't need to sit here and swing my dick all day long and act like I'm something I'm not. And that's kind of the basic premise of why I left. So basically the reason was, you know, another reason why I left was, you know, him and Rob had been pretty good buddies for a while. And I saw a pattern of John's of him going from friend to friend as like a shiny new penny type thing. And the way he treated Rob, you know, I basically saw foreshadowing that he was going to do the same to me. Obviously, if somebody means something to you, you don't kick him out the way he did Rob. So that was kind of my thing. You know, I saw that come in my direction, and I wasn't going to let him do the shit that he did to Rob to me. You can't work at Walmart and be technically disabled and fucking have a back injury like that. He's the one that found out the story that fucking Chris said about Russo and Mick Foley and all that. John did the research and found out he was lying. I kept telling him when he said that to you guys, I'm like, bro, who are you trying to fool? Like, come on now. He's also a lawyer, by the way, with his 12 degrees. Well, I always told John, I said, look, man, we need to fucking stick to what we're doing and the projects that we're looking at doing. You can't sell this to your crowd all the constant time of attacking people and expecting that to gain traction. It's not going to work. And he would always revert back to it. And I'd have to tell him, man, knock this shit off. It's not the kind of crowd I want to attract. And, you know, that's just his MO, man. That's what he likes to get into. You know, he's a closet SJW. And not to mention, I just want to pull a curtain back too. I just wanted to say he's an ungrateful fuck because, you know, John Wangland and I got together and we paid for his kid's Christmas this past year. So this is the thanks I get. He's a fucking nut. Yeah. The dude says he can't even bathe himself. And then he said he needs his wife to bathe him on a video. And it's like, bro, you're walking around right now just fine. Like you're lifting shit at Walmart. You're working.
And he does like hour-long.
Get
the fuck out
He's like a TV preacher.
Do you think that Wangland actually believes Martin's lies, or does he just go along?
No, he's told us that he hasn't. No, he knows he's a fucking lying fuck. He told us all the time. He was waiting to kick him off, and he kept saying, "This is the weekend I'm going to do it. This is the weekend I'm going to do it." And we're like, "Well, John, we don't want this fucking asshole tied to us. We don't want that to be our reputation. So get the fuck rid of him. This is your responsibility. You're the leader. Fucking do it." That's and right. You kept calling us and texting us, telling us how bad fucking Chris was and all this bullshit. But he would never fucking have the balls to do it. And he kept saying, well, my dad told me, you know, what would Jesus do? And all these different explanations and shit like that. And it's like, bro. Well, and the fact is Chris is John's ass. And John likes that. He likes a group of people that he surrounds himself with that follow him. And he's a really good deceiver in making you feel like he's the victim of all the past shit he's gone through. Yep. The fact is, once you see through the bullshit, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. The guy's a fucking con artist. And that's just how it is. So John renamed the channel, if you guys had saw,
I
to
didn't see that.
Wrestling. Yeah, it's Wrestling with Reality now, and all his farm views and shit are still on there. I went on personally, and
So he's
I'm
got
sure he
two
knows this.
Wrestling with Reality feet. He
Yeah.
dropped his. What a
Yeah.
fucking what an asshole. That shows you right there.
Absolutely, 100%. That's what I was going to say. Is that and Jesus Christ, man! I tried watching that watch along with the NXT in your house. It was fucking garbage. That fucking guy he was doing the show with kept stuttering, and the audio was bad and all that stuff. I was just like, Jesus, hey man.
And he kicked him off for me. Like he kicked him and his other
He
partner.
he talked shit about him too.
Yeah, he talked shit about Miller too, and they've been friends for years. They both live near each other in New York, and I must.
He's an ordained minister, didn't you know? I don't know, man. For now, because I got such a sour taste in my mouth with the fucking, the fake views and shit like that, I don't really know if I'm going to do a YouTube channel. Well, and the thing is, bro, like, honestly, that was kind of my idea was, too, for leaving was, if he got caught doing that stuff, I didn't want that to be on my reputation. I didn't want that to screw up my hobby of doing this stuff and people look at me wrong or a certain way. So that's kind of why I called him out on his farming shit with the YouTube channel. There's no possible way to go from a couple hundred views to 4,000 to 5,000, consistently the same numbers every single video overnight. No, man, thanks for having me on the show. It was fun talking with you guys. If there was any heat between us associated through John, I apologize. Hopefully we can move on from there, and you guys got a great show.